like.
Hello guys, this is Mechanical Software Tutorials. Today we are going to see about AutoCAD Beginners Tutorial 16. So in this tutorial we are going to see particular functions of layer. So layer is an important tool for doing a mini or large size of drawings. So layer is nothing but a tool which is also called as grouping tool. So we can separate all those things one by one, or like object line or center line texts and dimension styles. Also we can differentiate, or we can set by one layer to access separate functions in this layer options. So layer is most probably preferable tool for all industries. So all those industrial persons will do any purpose of any kind of drawing with the help of layer. Is the most important tool in this AutoCAD called layer. So somebody is also say like this, heart of AutoCAD is layer, like that. So that is funny. So very important tool. Okay. So today we are going to see about layer. See, today AutoCAD Beginners Tutorial 16, and also I already told that layers. So layers in a shortcut I also have mentioned in this particular green color. A layer, LA is the shortcut to access this layer. And the functions, I mean, we have seen many functions: draw tools, modify tools and annotation tools one by one in this mechanical software tutorials of AutoCAD Beginners Tutorial. Okay, so you guys just remember those functions and also the primary functions of units, limits and zoom. Okay, so still now I have explained all those tutorial to draw any kind of drawings with the only help of primary functions of units, limits and zoom. So from this tutorial you have to follow these things. I mean, units and limits and zoom the function of fit into the screen, which you have set the limit by following. Okay, so the next thing, have to add the function of layer. Okay, so you have to add this layer and then you have to continue the drawing after this tutorial. Okay, so first thing, I am going to set units. So UN is the shortcut, and I am going to set my precision 0.0 and all those things same, millimeters and decimal degrees precision is 0. Then click OK. Then limit, LIM is the shortcut, and I am going to set my limit as base limit 0,0 and maximum limit 1500, 1500. Why? Because I'm going to draw anywhere, so that's why I kept my limit as 1500, 1500. Okay, so next thing is, what about layer and how it would be, right? I have to show some examples about layer. I mean, how to draw by layer and how would be the drawing with the help of layer. If we done with the help of layer, how the drawing would be like. Okay, so just I'm going to show the example. See, some layer used examples I have selected and collected for you guys. Okay, so this is the first example. This is also one kind of mechanical component, and they have used some different kinds of layer and layer styles also in this particular drawing. So they have mentioned the black color of some lines and drawings, that is nothing but component. So that black color also already they have defined by using layer as a black color. Okay, so the next thing is green color. So the green color they already especially used for shows as a dimensional function by using layer. So and also the text color, that is also some layer functions and layer text style by using dimension style maybe. So the next thing they have given sea blue. Okay, in this sea blue they have using by using layer. They have used by layer of center line functions. So this is the different kinds of color and line type and line styles, and also by using some type of and styles of layers. So this kind of layer function would be helpful to differentiate the each particular and separate lines and drawings and center lines like this. We can easily differentiate by using this layer and also this color properties. Third, those function I will explain by using layer in a workspace. Okay, so the next examples are I also given for you. This is also one kind of mechanical component or part. Okay, so maybe, so in this case they have used green color to center line by using one layer, and also the yellow color. So yellow color of this thing they have used it as a object or component line. So then next thing is, yes, the dimensioning. The dimensioning style they have used it as a sea blue color for different layer. Okay, so now also have an example of another one. So here also they have used green color and yellow one and some B. So annotate this section like, so and red color also for center line purpose. So like that. Okay, so the next thing I have shown for you, if you go with very large type of drawings, they should be prefer layer to draw this kind of drawing. So if you go with layer, you can easily control any kind of functions and any kind of particular functions also. If you go with do the particular component, and you can by using the help of, you can hide or off the layer, particular component layer, and you can work with the particular layer which you want. Okay, so that is why the layer will be helpful for the simple component to the large component. Okay, so I prefer to go with the layer to any kind of drawing. Okay, this is a particular drawing used as in architectural example also I have given. Okay, so the next thing I have given assembly drawing. This is also one kind of example I have for you that. So this is assembly model drawing in this 2D AutoCAD. So here they have differentiated each and everything. So here some part is there, and here pipeline also they have mentioned the another yellow color. So see here they have mentioned all the pipe colors in yellow, right? So that's why they can easily identify the pipelines by using of all the layers and only show the pipelines layers to know the functions and know the root way of this particular pipelines by using layer. So layer is a very important tool to use in this particular CAD drawing, especially if you go with large kind of things, can easily identify and control any functions. So I already told that CAD and CAD layer is a heart of the CAD, somebody saying like funny like that. So in this layer you should be go with do any simple component and large component. So anything else you have to go with the layer is a most good preferable thing. Okay, so next come with our tutorial on how would it be useful to layer and how we can use this layer function one by one. We will see this session. Okay, so LA is the shortcut to access layer and press enter here, or else you can directly go this layer function and see here layer properties. So click this layer properties and you will get this layer window. See, in this layer we can see some particular things. So if you want to create new layer, that is a shortcut key to get Alt N. So Alt N to get new layer. Okay, so the next thing here defaultly have some layer is also there. So if you want to delete the layer, but just like that select it and press delete to delete the particular layer. Okay, so the next thing is, before that if you enter this particular layer controlling tab, I mean this window, you will see some two particular layer defaultly which created by this window. So the both things are default layers. So def points also the default layer, but we cannot use and put any type of line drawings and anything else. We don't want, no need to put in this particular depth points layer, because we cannot able to take print by using in this layer which we drawn in this particular depth points layer. If you use any drawings and like that done by this particular depth points layer, in this sense you cannot able to print it. Okay, so see, this is the plotting functions. You can also the control plot options by using this direct layer. So I will show the practical functions in this particular drawing. Okay, I'm going to explain some primary functions. Okay, so I need to create some different layers. Okay, so before that, here on, freeze, lock. So on and freeze and lock, these are the a control function of this particular layer which you want to control. Okay, so the next thing, color and line type and line weight. So color, line type and line weight. So these both three things are nothing but a properties. So properties about the line. Okay, the line or circle, whichever you're going to draw, you can control the properties about particular object lines. Okay, so you can control color and line type and line weight also in this three things. So the next, transparency. So transparency is also in one kind of a property control tool. And also if you increase the transparency, see like that, if you increase this transparency, you will reduce the visibility of the line, so it will be disappear slightly one by one. So I will show that. Okay, don't worry about it. So these functions also in this layer controlling. So and also plotting. So if you created many objects, lines, many layers in this sense, if you want to eliminate any some kinds of line drawings and some kind of text also, I no need to plot in this particular objects. In the sense, I'm going to just select the particular object which you want to eliminate to print, right? So simply come up with and select the particular layer, and you can select this, select this particular plot symbol. In the sense, it will eliminate the output which line, which layer you have selected, that will be eliminated to take printout. Okay, so like that. So simply I'm going to create some new different layers for my usage. So how to create like that? So how to create those functions? So first thing, we know here some different types of lines over there in this particular object. So I'm going to draw this particular drawing which shown here. I'm going to draw in this tutorial and also explain with the help of layer. Okay, see here, before start your drawing, you have to look over this particular diagram. So here some object line is there, that is nothing but fully black color. So line weight is two different, right? So here and also here also some dark line also there. So that is nothing but object line I am going to mention. Okay, so that is, you have to create layer name, that is nothing but your reference. So click this window and press Alt N. So Alt N to create new layer. So I'm going to type the new layer name. So object line. So I'm going to mention object line. Okay, so next thing, and also I want to another layer. So another layer of nothing but center line. So center line I want to use in this particular drawing. So center line I'm going to use over here. So the next thing, and also I want another layer of dimensions. So dimensions also I'm going to do over here. And also I'm going to select new, I'm going to create new layer also. So in this layer I'm going to use hidden line. Okay, hidden line. So I have created hidden line. And also anything, so text, here no text is in this particular drawing, so I need text also. So I'm going to create one text layer also in this particular layer function. So click this window and Alt N, you will get the new layer and type the text. So this is how I have created some new different layers in this layer window. So then next thing, I already told you that on, freeze and lock, these are the control functions. I will explain that in this particular drawing workspace. Okay, so here color and line type, line weight, so these three things are controlling properties. So appearance. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to select this object line layer and select the color. Okay, so if you click the color, you will get this many kind of colors, and you're going to select the particular color which you want. So I'm going to mention this outside lines, right, darker line, right. So I'm going to mention that particular line by using green color or any color. Okay, so I'm going to select as okay, green color is the line color of this particular object line. Okay, so the next thing, center line. So center line color I'm going to mention, so I prefer that center line you're going to choose dull color. Okay, I'm going to select here so light brown. Okay, okay. So next, dimension, that is the important one. That should be readable color. So I'm going to select that particular dimension color as a red. Okay, so red color I prefer for this dimensions. Then hidden line. So hidden line also should be minimum appearable. Okay, so I'm going to dull pink color. Okay, so the next, text also would be dark and visible. So I'm going to select this yellow color. Then depth points is a temporary, and we won't prefer the any kind of things and any kind of line drawings go with this depth point. Okay, so on I almost choose all those colors properties for this particular drawing. And line type. So line type in the sense, what are the line type preferable for your drawing layers. So object line is a continuous line, so I don't want to change it. And center line, so center line I want to change this, that is nothing but continuous line. Some different line, I mean dash dot, that is called center line. So simply over here select this particular layer type. So center line, this continuous thing. So after that you will get this window, select line type. So if you have any needed line over this window in the sense, you can select and click OK. So if you not that line, if you want is not there in the sense, click load. So you will get many kinds of line in this line type selection window. So load or reload line types in this window. So here I'm going to select the center line. So center line over here. So center line. So select this particular type of line and click OK. So you will get this type of line. Okay, so select the particular layer and click OK. You will get the particular selected line type in this line type for the particular center line layer. Okay, and dimensions no need. And hidden line, yes, hidden line I know I want to change a hidden line type. Okay, so not over there, hidden line type, and click load and select the hidden line. So hidden line is also there. So hidden here. So simply I have selected this hidden and click OK. So hidden I have been added in this window, select line type window. So select the particular line type and click OK to get placed in this window. So no need to change any line type in this text. So okay, so simply cancel it. And next the thing, so line weight. So line weight is nothing but the thickness of the line. Okay, so thickness of the line, no need to create anything. So simply I want to differentiate in this layer tools, right? So that's why I have to select the particular line type for the object line. So object line I'm going to select the hidden, I mean line weight. So line weight of 0.30. Okay, so line weight of 0.30 I have added. So the next thing also, the transparency, right? So here transparency, if you increase the transparency, you can reduce the visibility of the particular line or object. So here up to 90 is there. So I'm going to just select 50 for the particular text layer. So text layer I have given visibility of 50. Okay, so here you can see some many plotting icon has been shown over there. So these are things, what are the layer if you want to eliminate to print, right? So you can directly come up with the layer, simply eliminate to get the exact function. So if you don't want to any dimension in the sense, you can directly come this particular dimension, you can click to avoid this particular plotting function in the sense you can directly eliminate over here. Okay, so this is how this layer will help you to segregate the all the diagram functions in this layer control. Okay, so this is also grouped any kind of, if you go with do any large things, simple those things only available for the all those large file drawings. Okay, so see over here some green tick is there, so that is nothing but active layer, so that layer only active for in this particular drawing function. So I'm going to active this object line, so double tap to activate this particular layer, or else simply select click activate. Okay, click activate here also there, so that is activating. So here over there, this is nothing but delete layer. Okay, so this red color cross icon, and here that is right side of this particular red color icon over there, that is activate layer. Okay, so I have activated this particular object line and click this to get activate. So see the change, activated layer in this window, the green color property, and layer functions also there in this ribbon menu bar. Okay, so I'm going to just click close to get out this layer control window. Then I'm going to start draw this particular object over here. Okay, so simply I'm going to start with the rectangle and fillet of 10. Okay, so what is, so simply I'm going to start this drawing with the help of rectangular with the fillet radius of 10 over there. Okay, fillet radius of 10 and length is 80 and width is 40 they have given. Okay, so I'm going to select the particular object layer I want to select and draw. Okay, so object line I'm going to draw. Okay, this is the dark outer profile, that is the object line I have created the layer. So I'm going to select this object line and I'm going to draw. Okay, so rectangle fillet they have given 10 radius, so fillet radius 10 I have given, and select particular point, and they have mentioned the length and width. So length is 80 and width is 40. Okay, so this is the, I have done this outer profile. So the next thing I want to draw the center line for this particular object. So center line I am going to draw. So select this layer center line and activate it. So if you select the particular layer, that layer will be activated. Okay, so then I'm going to draw a line, so that is nothing but center line. So center line I'm going to draw now. So this is my center line, and also I'm going to draw another line of center line. Okay, so I have done this center line. Okay, so the next thing, circle I want to draw. So circle is nothing but object line. So select the object line and circle it. So this is my circle center point, and I'm going to draw with the radius of, diameter of 15, and again I'm going to draw a circle and diameter of 30. Okay, so the next thing, here they have mentioned another some two circles. So the two circles I have to draw by using this thing. So simply offset and select distance of 30, and you will get this object over there. So you have just offsetted the particular line, that's why you will get the exact layer with the exact center line type. Okay, so next thing I'm going to draw a circle with the object line layer and click that particular center point, and also do the diameter of 10. So D and 10 to get this. Simply select this thing and get mirror it. Okay, so I have done this drawing almost over. Okay, so then the thing is I have to draw the bottom functions. Okay, so bottom function also I'm going to do now. So simply X line and horizontal, so you will get this line, and simply offset it. So the height with height of 10. Okay, so then the thing is 10 to get this. Okay, 10 the width I have created, and also the another thing, the top thing also 10 thickness. So same offset, get 10 to offset it. So I will get this. Okay, same Excel is the reference line, vertical I'm going to choose that, this thing and this thing. and this is the exit, this is circle profile, this is also, and this thing and this thing. So I'm just use that as a reference line. Okay, so reference line I can easily eliminate it. Okay, simply I'm going to use trim. So I have trimmed all those things and selected and erase the unwanted objects. So here I want to eliminate the all those things. So all those things in the sense which are the profile I want. Okay, so here I don't want to these those things, so I have to eliminate it, and these things also I want to eliminate. Okay, so the next thing, these two lines, so these two lines I want to use it as a hidden line. So but I unfortunately I did with the object line, so I want to change this particular these two lines also and these two lines also. So totally the 6 lines should be in the hidden line layer. So simply I have done with the particular layer of the thing, particular layer of object line. So I want to change it. Simply select the line which you have done wrongly. So those select those lines and simply select the particular layer which you want to put and select the particular layer and put it down. So hidden line is not there. So simply LA. So some case you miss some layer. So in the sense, come out LA to get layer and create the particular layer, and you will go with the next thing. So simply click over there and alt N to get hidden layer. So type hidden and select the particular line type color also, and select the with default as mean there, and select type. So type I want to hidden, so select hidden and click OK. So you will get the hidden thing. Okay, so next simply close that and select the all those lines which you want to move into that particular hidden layer. So select the layer type and move to hidden. So you will change, I mean here change it into that particular hidden line style with the help of layer tool. Okay, so layer tool, if you create any layer also you can directly move in the particular line tool with the help of line and tools with the help of layer. So trim tool I have used over here. So I want to eliminate this particular two lines, so I have just trimmed it. So the next thing I want to draw lines of center line for this particular object. So simply I am going to select this and select, make it as default as a center line and press L to get this line. So simply I am going to extend it. So same over there. So just like that. So by using snap lines you can directly easily to draw that. Okay, so I have done almost thing over, right? So now I am going to create dimensions. So DLA is the shortcut to create dimension things. So I'm just click those things and make it all this. So I have created this dimension function with the current function layer of centerline things. That's why I got this same type. So simply select the particular thing and go with the dimension. You will get the exact thing. Okay. So I need some arrow would be better for visible, right? So simply D to get this and modify and go and change the arrow weight. So arrow weight is, arrow size is nothing but 5 I have given. So simply set current, then close it. So we'll get the good arrow. I already explained about diamond styles in previous tutorials. If you don't get that, go and refer it. Okay. So simply same DLI tool. Yes, I want to activate the which layer I want. So dimension style. So simply DLI to get this 40, and this custom size of 40, and these two things are 40. So, and this height is 10 and also this side is 20. Okay, so I have mentioned all those things, and also diameter of this thing, diameter about almost 30, and this diameter almost 15, and this thing also at 10, but two numbers, right? So two numbers you have to type it. Okay, so you got almost. So simply dimension style, and again you have to modify it, and text placement as simply ISO standard. You will get the almost the same with the particular drawing. Okay, so you got almost same that particular drawing which you have seen in left side. Okay, so this is how the layer will help you to do and segregate all those things. So simply now I'm going to explain those three things of off and freeze and lock. Okay, so simply I want to hide all those dimensions which I have mentioned. Okay, simply go with this layer and select this particular line layer type, and you can directly click this bulb to off it. Okay, so this error will show. I want to show this particular error, that's why I have made this error. Okay, so see the thing, which layer currently active. So that particular layer you cannot do any control functions of freeze and lock. Okay, so the thing, div points and 0 is there, so make it as 0 is a current layer and go with this particular dimension layer, you can directly off it. So off in the sense that particular layer will be off, that would not be visible in this your particular layer. So okay, so if I won't prefer off layer, because off layer just a particular layer will be off condition. So if you made any changes over the particular layer which in the place, some maybe the particular changes and erase, if you erase something in a sense, that is also affect the particular layer in this particular location. So I prefer with freeze. So freeze, that freeze also a tool which helps you to freeze particular layer. If you made any changes, any corrections, if you erase the particular in the sense, that's also any effect won't done with, I mean no effect affects the particular layer behind the tool. So I'm going to just freeze this particular dimension. So what happened, dimensions, I mean off and freeze the both same function, but you go with, I prefer you go with the freeze function. Okay, if you freeze and you can change anything else, that won't be affect the particular layer. Okay, so the next thing is lock. So lock is the tool, the object, the layer and all those function visible condition, but you cannot able to edit it. So simply I'm going to select this particular dimension function. Okay, I'm going to select this particular dimension thing, so I'm going to erase it. So E to enter, so I cannot erase it because I have locked the particular layer. Okay, so simply I'm going to unlock it. So now I'm going to erase it. So erase it I can be, because what happened, the locked layers you cannot be edited. But in the same thing I have a good news about this lock. If you lock this particular object layer, right, so I'm going to lock this particular object layer. Okay, so then I want to reference, I mean I want to draw line reference by using this particular layer. Okay, so I can use any reference, I mean this particular line object layer has been locked, but I need draw some line by using this particular object line circle quadrant. Okay, so I can refer it, so I can refer to draw any kind of things by using this layer. Okay, layer lock function. Okay, so if you go with lock, you can directly access it, but you cannot erase and edit any, cannot do any changes in this particular locker layer. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show that can unlock to come back that. Okay, so next thing, I have to text, right, so I didn't forget to mention the text. So simply text the shortcut, and I'm going to mention over there, and this is my height. Okay, so I'm going to mention front view. So front view is nothing but line weight added, and top view. So front view for this drawing, and top view for this particular drawing. Okay, so I have just texted this particular drawing for just a mention. So select those particular text things and go with put to that particular text layer. So I have mentioned the text layers. Okay, so but some over there, but I have selected dark yellow, right? But this particular dark yellow, I couldn't see that darkness, right? So why? Because in this layer I have set that particular transparency of 50. So I'm going to make the transparency of 0. So what will happen? See that the thing, the transparency 50 which has been added in this particular layer text, so that's why I couldn't be that, right? So then I have changed the transparency of 0, then I can able to get the full visibility, right? So this is how the layer tool will help you to do all those things. Okay, so some over there in this off, so in this off function, lay off, so we can click that lay off. If you don't get know about the particular layer function, in the sense, click that particular layoff tool and click the line. So that particular line, which are the layer connected with the particular line layer object, that would be off condition. So just I have selected the particular line, so that line oriented layer will be off condition. So simply select this under thing lay on, so that it will be all those layer will be on condition. So and also freeze also there. So click lay freeze and click select the particular layer you want to freeze. So I want to freeze this particular dimensions layer. Okay, so I don't want to go there and click to freeze it. So simply click lay freeze and click the particular layer you want to freeze. So if I have to click this layer, you can easily freeze it. So what are the layer you want to freeze? So simply click to get freeze it. Okay, so which are the layer connected with the object, all those layer object will be a freeze condition. Simply over there latha, so latha is nothing but click that particular latha, you will get back all those layer objects you have been freezed. Okay, so simply I'm going to frozen, click that, so I will get all those layers which are the things I have frozen, right? So and also the same thing, so and also the same over here lock over there. So click the lock and which layer you want to lock. So I'm going to lock the object, so and just I will click that particular layer will be locked. So you cannot do any changes, any reference, any edit that particular line object line layer. Okay, so this is all, and simple thing, unlock it, you will get back all those layer which you unlocked, and set it, you will get back to unlock it. So this is how the layer will be help you to a simple object component to on a large size of function drawings. Okay, so once again I want to show that examples. So now we can easily get the idea about the drawings and large drawings. Okay, layer used examples, you will get that particular blind mind before start the layer, and after that see this thing. So these are the components, again I am showing that they have done with the layer helper. Okay, so and also this thing and this one and this architectural drawing also, and see this assembly drawing. So anyway, I hope you guys you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe and especially share with your friends. Okay, anyway I will come up with another important tool. Okay, bye.